Okay, before I kick off this next blog, I just got a message. We need to get the fan base energized for this Cartersville game. We need to show up strong and let the Bulldogs know we support them and let Cartersville know that we are there to win. So let's get out. Everybody, if you haven't seen the game this year, it's time to go. Lake Point, 4 o'clock, Thursday. Be there and be loud. Go Dogs. All right, how we doing, sports fans? Kelly O'Neill here, aka Sgt Dawg, and coming at you at a couple of different angles this time. Here we are with angle number 2. We'll start here. So just to make sure everybody's up to date here, I wanted to make sure that all the other teams were able to get their wins and losses and scores uploaded to Max Preps before I really finalized the week and then start a new week. So I can tell right now I'm in the way here. So what we're looking at here is the Region 7 Quad A standings. All right. So you see Cedartown is 9-0, Sonorville 7-2, Heritage 6-3, Northwest Whitfield 3-6, who we just swept, Central 1-8, and Southeast Whitfield 1-8. So we got spring break next week. We won't be in any region play, but the next region series we have is with Southeast Whitfield. So, and then the next region series we need to pay attention to is Sonorville and Heritage. They're playing the same week that we're playing Southeast Whitfield. So, got you up to date there. Let's go to the state rankings and see how we're doing there. Give me a sec. All right, so let's go to rankings right here, and we'll check. Cedartown is still ranked 19th, but you see over here this +5. That's a jump from the week before. So we were at 24 the week before last. We jumped 5 spots to 19 for last week, but that's how we're starting out this week. Okay, that's in the state. That's every team in the state, every class. Now here's 4A. We got Cherokee Bluff, and there were some questions about where Cherokee Bluff was. Well, we've never heard of Cherokee Bluff. Well, Cherokee Bluff is in, believe it or not, Flowery Branch. That's where it is. It's in Hall County and in the city of Flowery Branch. So there's 2 teams in Flowery Branch. Now, of course, we've had some experiences with Flowery Branch. Not a pleasant one last year, but an experience nonetheless. But they've moved up. Flowery Branch has moved up to 5A now. Well, they were in 4A last year. They moved up to 5A, and then Cherokee Bluff is, I think they're just a couple of years old, Cherokee Bluff. But anyway, they're at number 1 still. They're 19-0 on the season. Then we got North Oconee, which these 2 teams right here are in the same region, and they're 1 game in the region standings. They're 1 game apart. Back to our schedule, and let's just spend a minute on what's happening this week. So we do have a big game, and we got 3. Okay, we got Cartersville, we got Redan, and we got Alexander. Cartersville is Thursday. It's at 4 o'clock. It's at Lake Point. And I've said this before, if you haven't seen a game all year, you need to come see this one. It's going to be a brawl. Cartersville coming in red hot. They are ranked number 3 in the state overall. They're in 5A, and they're number 1 in the state, number 1 in the region. So they're highly thought of by the state with that lofty number 3 ranking. So Cedartown will definitely have their hands full. I'm hoping that Cartersville is going to have their hands full. So let's go down here to, I don't want to go to Cartersville baseball. I want to go to this neat little deal over here. It says preview. When you click on preview, all right, we got kids over, so we have to take care of kids. All right, actually grandkids, but I forgot where I was at now. Okay, we're at, we're gonna dig into this Cartersville game a little bit now. Go to preview, and you see the records. Cedartown is 15-3. Cartersville is 17-2. I'm in the way again, right? That'll be all right for a little bit. So this is some stats here that's right next to each other, head to head, whatever you want to call it, right here. The records, the region records, both 9-0, home, away, neutral sites, winning percentage, region winning percentage, runs for. Look at this. This is something you can kind of glean a little bit off of, read into a little bit if you want to. Runs for, Cedartown 119, runs against 49. Cartersville, runs for 124, runs against 44. So Cartersville has an edge there. This is team scoring averages. Cedartown scores 6.6 runs a game. Cartersville 6.5. Okay. Hits. Cedartown garners 9 hits or averages 9 hits a game. Cartersville 10.1. Errors 0. See that? Errors 0. Go over this way. Errors 0. Cartersville 1.6. So Cedartown had just a 0.1 edge on runs per game. Cartersville has a 1.1 edge on hits per game, and Cartersville is making 1.6 errors a game. Cedartown 0. Not sure how accurate that is because we made 3 errors in one game the other night. So here's you got a common opponents, and I've talked ad nauseum about Calhoun, but I think it might be worth just looking at it again in case you haven't seen it. But Cedartown beat Calhoun 10-0. I had the dates mixed up on the last blog mention of this. Cedartown played Calhoun around February 13th, and they played, Cartersville played Calhoun March 14th, 15th, 16th, and 18th, which is just a couple of weeks ago. But if you look at the scores here, Cartersville beat Calhoun 2-1, 4-3 in 12 innings, and 7-5. I'm looking at 10-0, and there was some really close games over here. So what you have to do is you have to be careful how you read into this, because there's some variables that you might not be considering that may have happened or may not have happened. It's how the makeup of the team was when Cedartown played Calhoun. I didn't hear of any injuries. I thought we played one of their better pitchers, or played against one of their better pitchers, but could have been wrong about that. But either way, it appears, just looking at the score, that Cedartown played better against Calhoun. Obviously they did. It just depends on if the team that Cedartown beat was the same team that Cartersville played, as far as just makeup. Right? So that's what you have to consider when you dig into this right here, what when you read into this or whatever, it does make it interesting. I tell you that it does make it interesting. These are some record breakdown. We've pretty much already covered this. One thing that Cartersville did apparently was they played in a tournament over in Louisiana or Mississippi, because they played South Haven, Mississippi. They lost to South Haven, Mississippi, and they lost to a team from Baton Rouge. So they played 4 games. They were 2-2. I don't know who the other teams were that they beat, but the 2 losses for Cartersville are out-of-state losses. That is about it, but just wanted to share that little tidbit with you. Interesting here that Cedartown actually scores 0.1 runs more per game than Cartersville. Pretty evenly matched there, I'd say. Cartersville has the edge on the runs for and the runs against, but they're very, very evenly matched on this. It's not a piece of paper, but for lack of better terms, on this piece of paper right here. So that is the update I wanted to provide. I want you guys to get ready and be thinking about going to watching this Cartersville game in person. Show up for these Dogs. Let's travel good against Cartersville. Cartersville's right down the street. This is like a home game for them. So it would be really nice if we could at least match them fan-wise. That would be a start right there. Believe it or not, that can be intimidating to another team when a fan base shows up and it's wild and woolly. So if you show up, be wild and woolly when you're there. So believe me, it does work. I mean, I've played with some pretty crazy fans, and they will get on your nerves a little bit if you let them. So, all right, I'm gonna let you go. It's been a great Sunday. Looking forward to next week for the matchup between Cedartown and Cartersville, and then Redan and Alexander. So I hope you guys have a great week, and until I see you again, simplify and go Dogs. Thank you very much for watching. Sgt Dawg out.